All right. Hello, check, check, check. Cool. Yes. Let's go find some snakes. Just got out here. Yes, I am going out as much as I can right now because the baby is due very soon. And with the baby being due very soon, I'm not going to be able to do this much longer as much as I'd like to. So I might as well get as much of it out of the way as possible. And when I say out of the way, I mean just having a good time. It was nice and warm again today. Hey, Alex, how you doing? It was nice and warm today. So let's hope that the road's nice and toasty and the snakes are on the move. Hi, pharmacist from the UK here. Love your vids. Well, thank you very much. Pharmacist, is there? Do they call yourself a or like? Is that what it's called in the UK? I mean, that's what it's called here too. I thought there was like a weird name for pharmacies, or what I would consider weird. They call it like we call them drugstores sometimes. I forgot. Maybe it's just from TV shows that I'm thinking about. Just had something awesome tonight. First time watching. Hey, Justin, how you doing? Thank you for stopping by. Among Us, hello. Oh, as I was saying a second ago, and Alex, I am doing good. It's a long day today. I study medicine, their effect in summary. Nice. Hello, Indiana. How you doing? I've been to Indiana one time. My wife's cousin graduated from college at one of the smaller colleges out there, and it was beautiful. A lot of open fields, a lot of corn, but it was a good time. It was definitely a good time. In Illinois, my sister lives in Kissimmee. Nice. Hey, Chaz. And by the way, I saw your comment in the Discord, which if you're not a part of the Discord yet, link is in the description below. Yes, at it again, because with the new baby coming in July, I'm not going to be able to do this probably for a few months after that, anywhere near as much as I'm doing it now. So get it done now so that I at least, can't say that I didn't, I'm just getting my fill right now. And also, it's been pretty decent recently. Even some nights are better than others, obviously, but last time, that was pretty good. 2 scarlet snakes and 2 rat snakes, and there was a dead mud snake and a few other things, unfortunate some stuff is dead. It does happen. But I'm like, you know what? I'm sure the more you go out, the more of a chance or a likelihood that you're going to find something. And, ooh, that was grass. That got me for a second. I thought it was a snake trying to cross the road. But, ooh, there was a bat flying overhead. There's a few bats. Built that up for a second. Yeah, to see those bats, I don't know if you can see it or not. Right in front of the car, there's a bat. There's a ton of them right now. Everywhere right now there are bats. Yep, I can see them in the camera. Hopefully you guys can see them. They're flying all over the place. Little brown bats. I mean, that's probably what they are. And I know we have a few different species, and I can't really tell from this distance. I've never been close to one, but there's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of mosquitoes out right now. Mosquitoes. There's a nightjar in the road, or a whippoorwill. Man, stuff is active already. Stuff is active right now, which is really good. Hopefully that means that the snakes will be active tonight. This is the area that I got I made that video. I went outside and I had my shorts on, and I was just like, man, I wonder if I missed any. I looked and I'm like, what is that? And there were a couple little button ticks, or what I should say is that there were a couple of little baby ticks. It is a beautiful evening out. But yeah, there was a few baby ticks on me too, so I got those off of me and they came off no problem. I didn't see them. I didn't see any Lone Star ticks. They could have been just baby Lone Star ticks. I don't know what the babies look like. But there were a few extra ticks on me. So this time of year especially, make sure you check yourself if you're walking out in the woods, because the ticks are out. And hopefully I didn't get alpha-gal syndrome. Do ticks carry Lyme disease? Yes, I believe so. But Lone Star ticks in particular carry alpha-gal, or can carry alpha-gal, and alpha-gal is a sugar, a carbohydrate that is found in mammalian meat. So if you get alpha-gal syndrome, your body attacks that carbohydrate, which means that if you eat mammalian meat, then you can have a severe allergic reaction to it and potentially keel over. It can be that bad. There's no cure for it. And some people end up losing, like they can eventually wean themselves back onto eating meat. But that is the exception, not the rule. So, as far as I'm aware, and I've been bit by a Lone Star tick before, and I've heard back and forth, because I said in the video, which I've seen this from multiple sources, I've seen this from multiple sources that if the tick has to bite you for 4 hours before it transmits that, and it was less than that I was able to spot them. But somebody who, their whole TikTok handle was that they were, oh, there's a snake right there. There's a snake right there. Please, let me grab you real quick. He might, oh. There we go. Oh, first snake of the night. We got ourselves a little ribbon snake. Snakes are already moving. Oh, he's flipping out. I'm going to let him go real quick because there is a car coming, and we're probably going to see a few of these guys tonight. But look at that. He shat on me. But that is a good sign. You want to smell like snake crap when you're looking for snakes. It's no different than smelling like fish when you're fishing. My timing is perfect. Hey, Ocho, how you doing? But yeah, so if you smell like snakes and they're crapping all over you, that means you found snakes, and that is the goal of tonight. So, of course, I don't mind that smell. Oh, yeah, that's a sweet smell. It's, the ribbon snake's a little pungent. Dave Kaufman, yes, I don't watch him a lot, but I have watched plenty of his videos, and I like him. He does a lot of stuff with, making sure that you're keeping animals in the right, or what are they like in the wild. I like that. I really do. He tends to be more of like on the keeper side of things. I do have some snakes, but I don't really do that anymore. I might, because I just fed my snakes today, and they're starting to become comfortable, and I do enjoy, that stuff, so I might do some more with that. But anyway, long story short, yes, I watched some Dave Kaufman. Not everything, but yeah. But my hands smell. You wouldn't want to see me. New to your channel, good stuff. Well, thank you, L Jimmy. I appreciate that. But yeah, whew, it's that one was rank. Ribbon snakes are, well, they freely musk all over you. Musking is basically when a snake, or many animals, not just snakes, but reptiles in general, empty their bowels onto you. Remember me, you writing Dave Kaufman when you were talking about smelling like snake musk. Nice. I don't think I've seen him talk about them, but it wouldn't surprise me. It's probably the same sort of thing. Like, yeah, you know what? It's not pleasant, but it means you're doing a good job finding snakes, at least, if you smell like snake musk. Some of it's worse than others. I don't know, like for me, and this might sound a little weird, for me, I like the smell of red tide, or not red tide, low tide, excuse me. Red tide smells terrible. That's just straight up dead fish. Low tide, I enjoy that smell. It doesn't make me feel gross. I'm not going to sit there and like snort it, but if I'm around low tide, you know what? It's not that bad. And the same sort of thing, you know, some people like the smell of gas. I enjoy the smell of gas. I'm not sniffing it, but you know, if I get a whiff of it, it's not terrible. Snake, musk, some of it's really bad. Water snake's pretty pungent. Ribbon snake is pretty pungent. There's a few other ones, but there's a couple of them that actually smell kind of sweet, kind of like a citrusy almost. One that smells like, I guess, almonds, maybe. Not. I mean, I know people say copperhead smell like almonds, but I've never smelt one. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the, you know, why it smells different. But you know, all the snakes tend to smell a little different from one another. But pinewoods litter snakes, which most of their family, and hearing you mentioned you like the smell of low tide, reminded me of Monster Inc. Yes. How about wet dog? But yeah, no, I don't know what it is about the pinewoods litter snake, but their musk, it's pretty sweet smelling. It's like almost like a nutty smell. I don't know how to explain it other than that. And I have only found a few of them. A few of them have been on this road actually. So if I got, and they like secrete like a orangish liquid. It's not just straight up poop. So they got something extra going on down there. I know this sounds gross, but yeah, I don't. That's just how it is. That's how it be. What snakes do I keep? I have a gray rat snake. I have a corn snake, and I have a boa. Yeah, and I mean, I have a bearded dragon as well. But yeah. I mean, I definitely would like more. I'm a big fan of owning certain things, but it's just certain opportunities need to happen for me to get more. I am hopefully, now this is fingers crossed type of situation, I'm hopefully getting my class 3 wildlife permits soon, so for commercial use. So that means that I will be able to sell reptiles and amphibians in Florida. Well, as long as it's like a class 3 reptile or an amphibian, which is like the the more common stuff. You know, I can't sell like Burmese pythons and stuff like that. You know, no venomous stuff, but like, hey, you know, all those invasive lizards, except for the iguanas and tegus, but all those other stuff like amas and rainbow whiptails and amoebas and stuff like that. Well, that's what I'm saying is like tokay geckos, curly tail lizards. I'll probably do like bulk brown anoles, so I'll just go and catch a ton of brown anoles, and there's a few people I know that'll buy them. Also selling like that kind of, the more exotic invasive species, selling them to pet stores and stuff like that. But if I wanted to sell to people, if I caught some stuff and people on here wanted to buy some, I'd probably set up like a morph market or something like that, underground reptile account or something like that, and it's off the website too. But that's the general idea. And if I can do that plus YouTube while I'm going to school, I think that sounds pretty good to me. I'd enjoy doing that. I had a corn 25 for 25 years. Geez, 6 months before I caught her again. 25 years. That is a old corn snake. I didn't even know they got that old. When I was a kid, my parents bought a corn snake from one of their friends, and I believe she died when she was like 16 or 17, and I thought she was old. And honestly, that was a tough one because she died the same day that Steve Irwin did. That was a rough day, to say the least. And school's going good. I'm taking algebra right now. Not a big fan of algebra, not a big fan of math, but you gotta do it. So this is the first math course I've taken since freshman year of high school. So it's been a fun week, but I think I'll be all right. I've gotten all A's and B's, mostly A's. I've only got one B, I think, out of all my classes, and I've had 10 classes so far. So, pluff mud. What does that mean? So yeah, it's just one of those, school's going good. I can't complain. When you start school, you know, it's like college or even high school in general. When you're in school, when you're younger, because you have to be, you don't really care as much. And, you know, don't get me wrong, there's obviously people who do care. But a lot of people don't care. They just do the thing they have to do because it's the thing they've been doing since they can remember, because it's the only thing they can remember is being in school. I get that. But when you haven't been in school for a bit and then you decide to go back, you're like, all right, I'm paying for this. I gotta do the best I can. And it's just a different mindset now for me. Like, I'm not in school because I have to be. I'm in school because I want to be, and I'm trying to do things better. And I should have done it before. I wish I was already done with school and had done it, you know, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. So, like, it wouldn't have helped me because I wouldn't be doing the classes I'm doing now because I didn't know that I wanted to do, you know, wildlife conservation and all that. Shoot, I tried to get my captain's license a few years back. I thought I was going to be a captain. You know, life gets in the way, and you just, you know, I thought I was going to work in HVAC for a while, and, you know, things change. So, you know, just don't worry about what people, like, don't worry about getting things done right away. Sometimes you need life experience to realize, oh, shoot, I don't want this for the rest of my life. I need to do something that's going to make things better for me. Because I'll tell you this much. If you don't have that life experience, I moved out of my house, my parents' house, when I was 18. I did not have any help whatsoever from them. In fact, they, you know, things are way better between me and them than, you know, they've ever been now, luckily. But, like, I consider myself an asshole. Like, no joke. Like, I am not a nice person to people that I don't like. To the random stranger on the side of the road, I'm a very nice person. Not because I'm being fake about it, but because I just tend to be nice to people until I don't like you. And if I don't like you, I'm an asshole. And so I don't know how to explain it other than that. I had a lot of hard times with my family, my parents, and I moved out at 18 and moved across the state to be with a girl, and that was a dumb thing. Yeah, you know, things are good overall. But, you know, it's just, that's how life goes sometimes. And I have had to live on my own since I was 18. I've had, you know, some rough times. I lived out of my car for a while. Like, I mean, I have been there. I've lived some life, and I've had multiple jobs. I've worked 100-hour weeks. How did you learn about, well, I've always been into animals. I've always been into animals. And growing up, I would take oh, there's a snake right there. What is that? What is that? Is that a rat snake? I think that's a rat snake. That is a rat snake. All right. Hey, buddy. Look at you. Look at him crinkled all in the road. Hey. Phil? You're Hey, bro. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. He's trying to get higher up on me. There we go. And he musked on me a little bit, of course. Look at that. We got another snake already. Ow! Ow! Why'd you bite? Why'd you bite me? Look at the colors on him. Nice. Ow! Why'd you do that? I didn't do anything to you. I'm gonna make sure that this car knows that I'm right here. I'm gonna stand on this side so that my light's right there so he can see. So he's probably gonna stop and say something to me. Nope, he's gonna go past me. Cool. But yeah, there we go. We got second snake of the night already. A nice rat snake. He's bit me twice already. Are you gonna bite me again? You gonna bite me again? No. Well, thank you. Here, let's get you going, bro. Thank you for your time. You let go now. There we go. You gonna go? He's coiled up on me. I don't think he wants to go. Oh, he's liking my body temperature. He's wrapping up on me like I'm a tree. All right, bro. Come on. Come on. He's rattling his tail at me. He's rattling his tail at me. Let me grab him off real quick. Come on. Come on. Ow. He bit me again. There we go. All right, cool. Another rat snake. That's a bitter musk. I'll tell you that much. He smells a little bitter. All right. Snake number 2. I have a feeling this is going to be a productive night. Let's get some interesting things in here, shall we? Ooh, man. That musk, I got a hit of that when I got in the car and went to go wipe my nose because I had a bug in it. Oh, jeez. Oh. Strong. That's strong. Well. Whoo, man, he really let me have that musk. Whew, I'm no joke. My car smells like straight up snake doo-doo right now. And I couldn't be happier. All right, so we got a bitey rat snake, which rat snakes tend to bite a lot. Like, it's unfortunate, but they do. It's just, how they are, whatever. They tend to be a little nippy. Every once in a while, you'll get a rat snake that isn't really like that. You can usually be calm with them, and I was trying to be calm with him, but the little ones are more jumpy and a little bit more bitey. The bigger they are, the chiller they tend to be. But I get a lot of young rat snakes crossing roads out here. Don't get too many big ones. And a big one's not going to feel good when he bites. It's not. Those guys give a little smooch, and it's, whatever. Not a big deal. But, man, that is some strong musk. I still smell it as if it's like, how do I explain this smell right now? It's like if you, I don't know, it smells like if it's baking in the sun and it's like wafting up like a, I mean, of course I'm gonna say a turd, but like not a reptile shop. And you go into a pet store and you can just smell it and you're just like, oh, you guys don't really clean that well, do you? But it's not like that. It's not that pungent. It's just, not the best smell in the world. I mean, what do I expect? It's snake shit. But anyway, so I guess what I was saying before is that don't give up. Don't give up on doing something because, don't give up or get discouraged because, I'm turning 29 next month, which I know some people are like, you're a baby, and some people are, that's a long way off for you. And I feel like an old man. I know I'm not, but, I feel like it. I feel like I started things way too late. I wish I did things way earlier. But at the same time, I've had a lot of life experience. I've had to work my way up, if that makes sense. I've had to realize that life isn't exactly always fair, and you don't always get what you want. And sometimes you have to live out of your car for a little bit because life sucks sometimes. But there's always a brighter day. There's always the next day. There's always time to do more. And now I am about to have my second kid, and I have an amazing wife and an amazing, things are going really well. And it took me a long time to build stuff up. I don't know, some of you guys might have been around, Ocho, who, if he's still in here, he was there on this channel since the beginning. I started YouTube, and just because I always liked YouTube, I had a fishing channel before this that had like 3,000 subscribers on that. It's still up now. I have a bunch of fishing content. I enjoyed it. I had a video that kind of went viral because back in the day, you didn't, a million views was a really big deal. And not that it's not now, but on YouTube in 2015, 2014. Hey, Ocho. Yeah, YouTube in 2015 was a whole different thing than it is now. And I somehow got 1 million views on a video, and I was like, oh my God, this is what I want to do. I want to do content, And then it just didn't really go anywhere after that. And I didn't really do a good job. Joined back in 23, nice. Well, I made this channel, and Ocho was one of the first ones to subscribe to me. And, you can attest that, in the beginning, it was mostly me just herping with my ex-girlfriend, and, we had animals, and that was that. It was just YouTube, herping vlogs. And then I posted something on TikTok, and, I didn't really think much of it, and then that started blowing up. And then I'm not going to go through the whole thing, because some of you guys have heard it, but long story short, it was about, it's been 3 years? Yeah, because I made that in 2019, before COVID happened. I made this channel back in 2019, I think. 2018 or 2019, something like that. And yeah, it's legitimately, what I'm saying is I've had this channel since almost 5 years now. 4 or 5 years now, something like that. It doesn't like that long, but it really has been that long. And it wasn't until last year that things started going well for me, is because I started posting shorts. I'm still working on the long form stuff, and obviously I'm doing lives now. But if you have something you want to do, I didn't take this as a job to begin with. I just did it because I like doing it. I was fortunate enough that stuff started blowing up for me, and then I'm trying to do things different, trying to adapt, and blah 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 blah. But I guess the point of this whole rant is that if you think you're too old, you're not. If you don't want to go to school, I understand that. And sometimes you need life experience, because you'll learn that the world is kind of a rough place, and that works for you. And I was just very fortunate for me that this was, so far, is going the way I would like it to. Hi, I'm lurking and watching severe weather in western Kentucky. We had some severe rain, wind, flooding, trees down in the AM. Another severe storm 40 miles north of me. My TV doesn't work. I am sorry to hear that. I'm actually going up to western Tennessee in a week and a half, something like that. And I know people in Missouri, and some people that were camping in Missouri, that a tornado came and a tree fell in the middle of their campsite. They were almost smashed by a giant tree. And I know people's homes that were hit. So yes, tornadoes have been going crazy right now. So I hope that you're all right. And I hope that, you don't get hit by a tornado. I feel for you. Have you ever tried using baby wipes to rid of the musk? I usually just take a shower when I get home. It doesn't bother me, really. I make jokes about it, but there's a lot worse things out there than then, you know, the musk doesn't really bother me, to be quite honest with you. My wife thinks that my nose doesn't work. I mean, it works. I just don't really care about smells. Nothing grosses me out, really. You know, like, I just go home and take a shower after this. I'm not going to wipe my hands after every time. I want the world to know that I had a successful snake hunt. That's what I want. So, if that tells you anything about my mindset. All right, there's some frogs. Should I do another pass on this road, or should I go down part way and then come back up? I think I'm going to go down. I don't know. See, it was 9:30 when I found those scarlet snakes on the road out here the other day. Another 15 minutes or so. So I should just do another passes on this road and then make my way out, because I'm already here. So yeah, I do. Makes sense in my head. Because I know stuff will cross this road some more, and you know, the thing is that even though this is kind of a short road, because I think from one end of this road to the other is only like 3 miles. I'm only going like half of it. Wait, what's the temperature? It says on my car that it's 79 right now. I don't know what the road temperature is. I get my temperature gun and bring it out here on the roads and like start mapping all this out, so I know, like, when I start finding stuff, what the temperature of the road is and all that jazz. I should do that, but you know, why would I do something that makes sense? Yeah, I'm going to go back and forth on this probably one more time. It's 9:14. We'll see how long it takes, because I know that stuff moves on this road, and I'm already here. Project Simus is a master of that road temperature. Yes, Project Simus is an awesome channel. If you guys haven't checked him out yet, oh my God, what is his name? I see him on Facebook all the time. He cruises the Facebook chats and all that, or Facebook pages, but I've tried talking to him before. Oh, Glenn, yeah. I've tried talking to him before, and he's very, like, I was literally like in the, no joke. So this is how herpers tend to be, especially the older guys who have been doing it for a while, and like they put in the time and effort. And this is no hate towards Glenn at all. I really like him, but I was just like, so I'm trying to find some Simus, which are southern hognose snakes. And I'm looking in these areas, you know, blah, blah. I explained that I wasn't just some random who just wanted spots. And I'm like, do you have any tips whatsoever that that you would be willing to share? It could be as innocuous as possible. I'm not like wanting spots or anything, just something I can keep in mind. And he goes, all those are in my videos. I'm like, you got me on that one. I mean, yeah, you do talk about them in your videos for sure. You know, but I haven't messaged him since. I'm like, oh, whatever. You know, again, no hate toward him whatsoever. He has every right to be that way. You know, not want to, you know, divulge. I mean, I'm sure he gets blown up all the time, people wanting to know his spots. And I'm sure he probably thought I was just the same sort of thing. But anyway, yeah, I'm on the Facebook groups, you know, and if I find stuff, let me get this better zoomed in. There we go. If I find stuff, I'll post it on some of the Facebook groups, and, you know, kind of have a understanding of who is legit and who is just trying to find spots. And I don't ask for spots. I just post stuff I find. And then slowly but surely you start getting friend requests from people who are like part of the page, and that are like legit herpers. And I'm going to go. Nice chatting with you. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Alex. All right, this will be the last pass I have on this road, and then I'm going to go to the main road. Yeah, I don't, I know that stuff cruises on this road, but I know I've probably missed a bunch of snakes that are going to be dead on the main road. It's unfortunate, but that's how it happens. But yeah, well, now the outside temperature says 75. There's no way, I mean, I guess it dropped. That seems like a drastic drop. This is just from my car, so I don't know if that's how accurate that truly is. It's usually relatively accurate, but it'll probably bounce back and forth. I don't think it dropped 4 degrees in less than like 3 or 4 minutes. I seriously doubt that. Hi, hey Vivo. Yes, we found a ribbon snake and a rat snake already. So snakes are moving. So let's hope that there's more of them. So it's already got the skunk out of the car. Bananas on board, so you know the bad luck isn't there. Maybe that only works for boats. I don't know. Superstitious people with the banana on the boat thing. Yes, both of them were alive. No dead snakes currently. That'll happen in a little bit. Yeah, I don't know what it is about the bananas on the boat, but you're not supposed to bring bananas on the boat. Series of unfortunate events showed us that. The leeches will get you. If you guys don't know that reference, I don't know. I don't really know what to say, because that reference is golden. The leeches of, I don't even remember what the lake was. It had some funky name to it. But if you ate anything when you went on before you went on the boat, or when you were on the boat, like if you had a full stomach, the leeches would get you. All right. So we got a little bit, is this the end of the, no, okay. We got past this bridge. This is actually where I went hiking and got the ticks on me. It was right up here. So, that they won't attack the road. You don't know that reference? Oh, oh, it's dark as hell there. Yeah, I mean, it just got dark. It's pretty dark out here. I mean, it's a little darker looking on the phone. It's funny because the lights, like from my car, show better than what I can see. It's not like I'm blind or anything. I can see fine, but like they look brighter. But the sky looks a lot darker on the camera than it does to my eyes. You know, there's still a little bit of sun out, not a sun, but there's a tiny bit of light from the sun out in the distance that I can see. All right. Doesn't look like we have anything on this pass, so last time out there was a mud snake. Well, I mean, it was hit by a car, unfortunately. But we got a few snakes, a few rat snakes last time too, and a few scarlet snakes, and they were out here. So it's about the time that I was here last time when the scarlet snakes were crossing. So you never know. There might be a scarlet snake that decides to join the fun. And now it's back up to 77. So this car thermometer is a bit off. It is what it is. If you guys are in here and you have not joined the Discord yet, going to Scarlets tomorrow night. Nice. I love Scarlets. They're just adorable, and they don't cause any problems. They don't bite you. They're just little derpy little things that are trying to dig in the dirt, and that's it. And they're pretty. I mean, some of them aren't as pretty as others. I like the very clean ones that don't have like their patterns are just very clean. They don't have a bunch of mud out colors, blacks or whites where they're not really supposed to be. Like when the bands are just nice and clean, and they're and the whites are very bright white and the blacks are very dark black. Some of them can be absolutely gorgeous. The ones out here tend to be pretty, but I've seen some that it's just like, I mean, it's cool that it's a scarlet snake, but it's not the prettiest one I've ever seen. But it's always nice to see one. But if you're not a part of the Discord yet, Discord is, the link for that is in the description below. We'll see you there. We try to have a bunch of fun conversations throughout the day. If you have art or want to share music or whatever, you can do that too. We have off topic and of course just anything animal discussion wise. You have green snakes? Yes, we do. We have rough green snakes here. I have seen them on this road before, or these roads that I'm on now. I haven't seen any this year, but if you go to the right place during the right times, you can see a bunch of them crossing the road. And the ones we have here are absolutely gorgeous. They have, you know, obviously the bright green top. The ones we have here also have like almost neon yellow bellies. Their bellies are just vibrant yellow here. I've seen pictures of them from other states where they don't have as bright of a yellow. So a lot of the snakes we have here, their colors just pop compared to a lot of other places. Like, don't get me wrong, a rat snake is a rat snake for the most part. No, not in Tennessee. Oh, gotcha. What, they don't have the yellow, or you don't have a green snake? I think you have green snakes in Tennessee. You know, really slender. They don't get too big. They only get like 1.5 feet long, you know, but they're really long and slender. They just look kind of like a, oh, gotcha. Yeah, the ones we have here have that bright yellow. But a lot of the snakes we have here just have different color variations than other places. And the colors, ooh, that's a snake right there. It's tiny. I think. What is that? Ooh, it's a black swamp snake. Look at that. This is only the second one I've ever found. Yeah, it's a black swamp snake. Let this car pass. Oh, there's like 3 cars coming. Look at the colors on that guy. So black swamp snakes have a bright, man, red belly to them. Again, this is only the second one I've found. Look at that bright red belly on that. That is a, let me see if I can get a full frontal of that belly. Oh my God. That is a beautiful thing. Look at that. I'm pretty sure they're related. Well, I mean, there's the crayfish snake, swamp snake. I believe the mud snakes and them are related. I got to look into that. But they have the same kind of eyes, so it wouldn't surprise me. Look at the colors on that. That is what this is about. Don't bite me. I don't know what their bite is like, if they bite. Again, I've only ever seen one of them. Look at that, and he was a bit bigger than this. But that is what I'm talking about. What is it with all these cars? I'm out in the middle of nowhere, and there's just a bunch of cars. Look at that. Very glossy. Oh, are you gonna bite? Can't tell. All right, what I'm gonna do is to get a picture of him real quick. So I will be back in a second. All right, sorry about that. I was getting a picture of that swamp snake, and I'm gonna let him go real quick. Beautiful snake. Bring him over here. Thanks, bro. Gorgeous. Gorgeous snake. All right. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Normal, stop. All right. Can I get out? I'm trying to get out of something real quick. How do I get out of showing these filters? What the heck? I got a bunch of filters that showed up on my phone, and there's no way I can clearly see to exit out. Okay. That's dumb. And I can't even see live chat. Why can't I see a way to exit out of here? Let me... Yeah, I don't know what the heck is going on with these filter modes, but there's no way for me to exit out of them. I don't want that. What the heck? Okay. Well, that's frustrating. Hopefully something happens where I can exit out of this filter. But we got a swamp snake, black swamp snake now. Beautiful red belly. Glad we made that final pass. And hopefully this filter thing goes away, because it is, I can turn the camera around. Cool. I don't care about that. Okay, there we go. Got it. Okay. Hey, already a good, successful night. Cannot complain about that. Let's see if there's more. Tornado outbreak in Missouri. Oh, Jesus Christ. A lot of tornadoes this year so far. Not good. Sorry to hear all of that. And I said, I thought at first it was just a big ringneck snake when I first saw it, you know, just a relatively small black snake. There's not really much else that they could be, but I don't know, was not expecting swamp snake. But I will gladly take it. Again, only the second time I've ever found one of those, so that's pretty special to me. All right. So let's see if their buddies, the mud snake, will come out tonight. If we got a swamp snake, because it's a very similar situation with them. They tend not to cross unless conditions are relatively close to ideal, or maybe they're looking for new water, because it hasn't rained here like in a while. So that might be part of the reason why they're moving, because they're looking for more water. Not sure. All right. Nobody coming that way. No one coming. All right, let's see if there's anything on this side. Saw a blue racer on a Golf. Nice. I've never seen a blue racer. We don't get them here. Where are blue racers? Those are more like up the north, like New England area, right? Or am I thinking of somewhere else? I don't know where they are necessarily, but I know I've seen pictures of blue racers. We have them here down in South Florida. They call them the Everglades racer. They're like more of a light grayish. But I think we have a few different types of racers here. We got the brown chin racer as well, up in the Panhandle. So I think we have three different. I don't know if they're considered or not. I think they would be considered subspecies, but at the same time, all rat snakes are considered, you know, in Florida are considered eastern rat snakes, even though there's like 4 different varieties that are known. A blue racer on the golf course in Michigan last week. Didn't see us, got to watch it for several minutes. That's awesome. Ooh, that looked like a dead corn snake. Let me pull off real quick. I want to see that. I think it's a corn snake. Let's see. got to get a better situation for my mic and my camera and all that. Go, let's see. What am I am dumb. That's a pizza. That's a pizza crust. How did I think a pizza crust was a corn snake? All I saw was an orange thing in the road, and I thought it was a crumpled up corn snake. That was a freaking pizza crust. God, am I dumb? I am dumb. Hey guys, I got a corn snake. Oh, no, it's pizza. That was literally a pizza crust. And I just thought it was a corn snake. What is wrong with me? Oh my God. Oh my God. Hey Shrimpy. Hey Armando, how are y'all doing? I'm looking for pizza crusts tonight. I literally just thought it was like the side of a corn snake because it was like an orangish color, and I thought it was just a corn snake that was hitting the road. Yeah, I know, seriously. God. If you ever want to feel smart, just know that I thought a pizza crust was a dead snake in the road. Banana peels, bungees, ratchet straps, all are good fakes. Yep. Yep, a little bit of coiled up wire. Yep, just chilling. R2 watching you find pizza crust. Nice. Red Dead 2 was great. I only played through it once, but while I played it, it was a lot of fun. I don't play too many games. That's a lie. I play too much MLB The Show. For a while, I was really into God of War. Don't get me wrong, if another game comes out, I'm definitely playing it. Man, why won't my phone sit still? It'd be nice if it would stop twirling on me. I had it all situated, and now I can't get it to stop moving. I gotta get a better setup for this. So my mic isn't just like looping down. So Chaz? Is that who you're talking about? He was here earlier. I don't know where he is now. If you want to know, go to the Discord, and I'm sure he will reply to you there. All right. Oh, chat autocorrect. Oh. Yeah, chat's up. I can see the chat. Only if I didn't have to keep on making sure my phone wouldn't fall. That would be nice. All right. Nothing on this road tonight, which is good and bad. I mean, bad is, and I didn't see anything, but good that nothing was hit except for a pizza crust. Yeah, exactly. Cousin found a water snake. Nice. I've found many water snakes on the road this year, probably because it hasn't been raining, and so water snakes are staying in their water holes. Man, there's 3. Is that a car coming? That is a car coming. There were 3 cars that just passed by right here, plus this one right here. That's all. That always sucks. Oh, that's a motorcycle. Are you gonna go? Oh, he's turning. Of course he's turning. Okay, well, at least he's not going the same way I am. But 3 cars just did, so. Are we going to find anything unalived on the road? Probably. Hopefully not, but probably. It's a weird thing because I want snakes to be moving, so I find them. But I don't want snakes to be moving so that other cars don't hit them. People don't respect for snakes on the road. Well, I agree. my problem is that people fly down this road. So even if they come across a snake, most likely they're not going to realize it's a snake until they already hit it. But even if they do, hey Nate, it's going good. Got a ribbon snake, a rat snake, and a black swamp snake. So stuff's actually turning up. Never found a black swamp snake on stream, so there was that. But the frustrating part is that some people possibly hit snakes. Otherwise, they're too fast to realize that anything's coming, and they just hit whatever's in the road. So I don't know. Most of the time it's not on purpose, but it's just frustrating when it is. And I don't know. I feel like areas where wildlife is known to really cross like pretty heavily should have some sort of, I don't know, way for access for animals to get by, but like they're not going to do that in places like this. Tough enough to keep up with it, and that's a lot of taxpayer dollars. There's a car coming up behind me, so I'm going to turn off the road, let them pass. It's frustrating, but that's just the way it goes throughout the state. And luckily, in some places, they are putting up wildlife corridors, but that's not in every place. And they're not doing it for snakes. They're doing it for larger animals like, deer, bear, Florida panther, stuff like that. So it's a mixed bag of emotions, and that is what you call a snake killer. Yeah, there's a lot of them. Unfortunately, that is a snake killer, because that boat, that guy in that trailer, is not going to try to even attempt to move out of the way if he does see one. And he's got, extra wheels to run over a snake with. Anything with a trailer like that is unfortunately going to be a tougher situation if a snake, because like if I'm going and I'm cruising even a little faster than, like, I'm going 30 right now, and that's my relatively happy cruising speed. I can react and I can slow down and move out of the way and stuff at this speed and see them usually pretty well. If I'm going faster than this, oftentimes, even if something is small, if I'm able to see it, even if it's at the last second, I normally can go right over them and have the snake go in between the wheels, like under the car, but in between. Do you ever get pulled over? It look kind of suspicious driving around slow and stopping. Yes, I have. Actually, on this road a few years ago, I got pulled over. What I used to do is just stay in the road and then like signal for people to pass me. And I did that. And what ended up happening was the truck, because a lot of times people don't pass a lot of times, especially older people. I don't know why, but they just don't. So here in Florida, there's a lot of people from out of the state, especially up north, and they move down here and they don't realize you could pass people if it's not a double yellow line and blah, 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 blah. So I went to go let this guy pass, and it's at like 1 a.m. It's not like it's early. And the truck literally gets up right behind me. I'm like, what in the world? So I pull over on the side of the road, and he pulls over with me. And then he turns on his blue lights. Now, for those of you who are not from Florida, blue lights are FWC, which is Florida Fish and Wildlife. There are DNR. So I got pulled over by our Florida Fish and Game. And I didn't have anything in the car. I mean, it wasn't like I was going to get in trouble because I wasn't keeping anything. But he gets out and he asked me what's going on. And I told him, I'm looking for snakes. I got some pictures of some cottonmouths or something like that. And he's just like, okay. And, he asked to look through my bag and saw I didn't have anything. And he let me, he was like, all right, just making sure you're not doing anything weird. I'm looking for snakes, so I guess that's a little weird. But yes, I have been pulled over. But that's the only time I've been pulled over doing this. I've been pulled over while herping, going from spot to spot by a regular cop. Because I turned around because there was by a car on the road. And I was out the alligator and pulled me over and was like, why'd you turn around right there? And I'm like, looking for snakes and saw there was an alligator on the side of the road and I wanted to take a look at it. And he's just, all right, be safe. So they usually don't have a problem. But I also don't do anything illegal. What I mean by that is, you know, even if I every once in a while I do keep something, which I usually don't, but if I do, it's always something that is legal to keep. So I don't really worry about it, because even if I got pulled over, I wouldn't have anything illegal to worry about. So, and when I'm doing this, I'm definitely not speeding, so I don't get pulled over for that. So yeah, nothing too crazy. Some people definitely irritate me out here, though. Like, I mean, not just out here, just in general, because, like, as I said, you'll literally have people, like, you can be in the middle of absolute nowhere. I can be in the middle of Everglades National Park. No one's been around for 30 minutes. All of a sudden a car comes up and they're going like, 60, 70 down that road. And I'll be going like 30. And they'll come right up on me. There's another car coming. I'm going to pull over to the side of the road. And they'll be coming right up on me, and they'll slow down to ride up on me. And they'll sit there with me. And I'm like, bro, there's nobody around. Just go around. And they won't do it. I'll have to pull over, and then they'll honk or they'll do something. I'm like, bro, you can go around. Not everyone wants to fly down this road going 70. And there's another car behind me. I think it's just busy because it's oh my gosh. What is the... I feel dumb for not remembering what... Memorial Day. There we go. It's Memorial Day weekend. So you got a lot of people out on the road, coming back from activities. We're in Florida. Am I? I am currently... I'm not too far away from Gainesville. Not too far away from Gainesville, if that tells you anything. So I'm like technically North Florida, but it's like, ooh, there's what is that, a cat? Oh, that was a fox crossing the road. There was a fox that just ran out in front of me. I don't know if you guys could see that on the camera or not. A fox just ran across the road. Yeah, I'm definitely being careful. I'm making sure that if there's anyone behind me, I get off the road. Nope, that was paint. Also, if you have a bunch of cars driving by, oftentimes, like, there's some snakes, especially if they're skittish, will just turn around and not cross if they see anything coming. So some snakes are smart about it, other snakes are not. I haven't seen anything hit yet. But considering that I have found a few snakes already, this is assuming, of course, but I have a feeling stuff will be crossing. It's just not always busy in this area that I'm at now, but it will be. I should expect some stuff coming up here pretty soon. This spot up here, like, snakes absolutely do cross, but it's a lot drier over here. There's not as much water. And usually in the spots that are a little bit more swampy, you get a little bit more action. There's a lot more corn snakes up in this direction. You get like rattlesnakes and stuff that'll cross up here during the day. But up here, I have, over the past few times I've been here at night, any snakes more active at night? Or snakes, it depends on what species they are. Yes and no. There's a lot of, like, especially like water snakes in general, anything that lives near or around the water tends to move a little bit more at night because they don't like the heat as much. And, frogs and stuff will become more active, so they'll move around. So you get a lot of cottonmouths at night, water snakes, ribbon snakes. Like, yeah, there's a lot of snakes that are active at night. Stuff that tends not to be more active at night, at least around here. Rattlesnakes definitely aren't. I've only ever seen them in the Everglades move around at night. usually I see those during the day out here, or throughout most of Florida. But snakes move around at night. Like, it's mostly just because the weather's cooler. Do you keep pythons if you find them? Does the DNR want people to keep them? No, they don't want people to keep them. And no, I cannot, unless it's very tricky. To be honest, I don't know the exact law behind it. But a lot of places, like if I was in Everglades National Park, I am legally not allowed to even touch a python in there. I can't touch anything in there unless I have a permit. Even if I had a dead python in the back of my car that I took out and I got pulled over by the, FWC, or in that case, because it's a national park, it would be U.S. Fish and Wildlife, I could get fined for touching a snake in the park. So they're very weird about it. But no, there's not going to be any pythons up here. I'm way too far north for that. They only live down in the southernmost part of Florida. And what do snakes do when it rains? Well, it depends on the species. Some snakes become very active right before or right after it rains. If the roads are warm and wet, you'll have a lot of water snakes that tend to like to move. The rain will oftentimes flush a snake out of where it's, like if it's in a hole and there's a lot of rain, it'll oftentimes flush it out. So like it really all depends on where you're at and what the weather's like, if it's cold or if it's hot. If it's cold, no, snakes are not going to be on the road when it's raining. But if it's hot and it's just like a light drizzle, there's a good chance you'll find plenty of snakes on the road, especially anything that lives in the water. Mud snakes will move, swamp snakes will move. Oh, there's a dead snake right there. That's a dead cottonmouth. There's nowhere really for me to pull over, and there's a car coming up behind, but that was a dead cottonmouth in the road. Let me pull over right here and let this car pass. There's a car that's coming up behind me. But there is a dead cottonmouth, which means cottonmouths are moving. Wasn't as big as the one I found the other night. So at least it wasn't the same one, but it's frustrating, that happens. This guy is driving slowly. Do rattlesnakes still hibernate in hot weather like Florida? Well, yes, they will. They do the same thing that they do. Snakes do the same thing that a lot of snakes do throughout the country. So like a lot of the same snakes that will brumate, hibernate, whatever you want to call it, they will do it. They will do it, but they just won't do it as long. And brumation is not like a full-on hibernation. So like if it warms up, they'll sit outside of their burrow or their den. They just don't move as much, and they usually don't eat. So they'll come out and they'll bask when it's warm, and then when it gets cold, they'll just go underground or wherever they're staying, wherever their little home is. So they're just a little bit more active. So even on cooler days, if you go out, like even in the middle of the winter here in Florida, and you look around enough and you know where snakes will be, you can oftentimes see snakes just sitting there coiled up right outside of their den, basking. They came out before the quake. That's interesting. They probably felt it. So yeah, I mean, it just depends. Now, some snakes like the cold weather, or I shouldn't say like cold weather, but are more active when the weather is cooler. So like snakes that live underground, for the most part, they don't like super hot weather. There's a car coming up behind me. So like hognose snakes, pine snakes, indigo snakes, a lot of stuff that tends to live in burrows and underground for most of the year. It's cooler, underground. So they'll go underground, and there's another car coming up behind me too. So they'll go underground, and then when it's cooler weather out, the temperatures, even though it's cooler for a lot of snakes that tend to like hotter weather, they'll be a little bit more active and there's a better chance of seeing them. So like, especially in like October, November, a lot of those snakes tend to be moving a lot more than they normally would above ground. And then the same thing happens in the spring as well, but you have a better chance of finding those types of snakes because it gets too cold underground, or you know, they can tolerate a little bit more cold, so they'll come out and they'll be a little bit more active. And this car was a little bit further back than I thought, but he's almost here. There's just a lot of cars on the road tonight, of course. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. This guy's about to pass me. Come on, any day now, bro. But yeah, you know, it just depends on the snake. It depends on all sorts of things. And even if the weather's perfect, they might not. That's interesting. I always wondered if bears or snakes in hot weather still hibernate. Yeah, bears still, well, they won't go into anywhere near as deep of a hibernation, which even a hibernating bear isn't just sleeping. They're still moving around. They just like lower everything, so they don't really eat. They don't eat anything. Bears during the winter here, they'll still do the same sort of things where like they're more active right before it gets cold, because they're packing on the pounds, because the food they eat isn't going to be as plentiful during the winter, and they still have their place where they will hibernate, but they're just a bit more active and will come out more than a bear that lives in a place where it's like, you know, it snows. So they, as I said, they still do the same sort of things. They just don't, you know, it's not as strict because the weather is a lot nicer for them, but they're still not really that active during that time. So same rules apply, just a little bit less strictly. And, you know, it does get relatively cold here certain times of the year, like in January and February. It'll get down into the 30s multiple times, depending on where you are in the state. So that may not be cold to you, but to me, that's freezing. I'm sure to the bears, I mean, they're not as bulky as they are up north. So that's probably a bit more chilly for them than one of the northern bears would be. I mean, even an animal like an alligator. Alligators can survive, you know, living literally with their nose sticking out of the ice. So like they'll just do a lot more basking. They don't really eat as much, and they'll just chill out and sit in the sun. You know, they won't eat as much because they don't have to worry about digesting a meal, which they need, you know, they need to get their heat from their surroundings. And if there's not much heat, well, they don't need to work as actively to continue their metabolism, because they basically don't really have one at that point. Reptiles in general don't need to eat anywhere near as much as people really think they do. A lot of times animals in captivity will be obese because like they don't need to eat, you know, once a week or once every other week. I mean, it's good for certain, you know, to maintain a certain amount of health, but like, you know, it's not, you know, we definitely overfeed a lot of the animals that we have. Especially people who are bulking snakes and stuff up. If they're breeding them, they'll way overfeed them. I love your channel, man. Keep it up. Thank you, Jack. I appreciate that. But yeah, people will overfeed them like crazy in order to get them to a size in a very short time. You know, and some people are not as thrilled about that. You know, some people say that's not a good thing. I'm gonna go. There's a line of severe storms heading for all Western Kentucky. Hey, good luck. Stay safe. Tornadoes are gonna miss you. Don't worry about it. Well, seriously though, good luck. And that's nuts. You know, people say that living in Florida is crazy because there's hurricanes, but I'm like, almost every year I hear about all these tornadoes, and I'm like, tornadoes do a ton of damage, and they come out of nowhere. At least with a hurricane, I have, you know, the ability to leave. I have a few days notice. I mean, tornadoes are just kind of like, you might have, you know what, you might know that a certain type of weather's coming in to watch out. But like my wife's family up in Missouri was saying that, yeah, every state does have its own thing. You're right about that. My wife's family up in Missouri was saying that, I mean, they literally like, they woke up as the storm was over top of them, and then they got the warning, like as the storm was already there. And they, besides that, they had no warning. Like they didn't even have time to get to a shelter. There's tornadoes in Pensacola, right in the panels. Yeah. Oh well, there's tornadoes all over Florida. Oh, that's a snake. It's a snake. That's a snake. I gotta grab him real quick. Ribbon snake. All right, I don't know if you can hear me or not. I was able to grab the snake before this car came, but it is a ribbon snake, and he just pooped all over me, of course. But I'm gonna let this car pass me real quick. All right. All right. Hey Nippa, how you doing? All right. Look at that. We got ourselves a ribbon snake. Finally got another snake on the main road. Looks like there's something up there, but there was a big truck coming with a bunch of stuff being towed behind it. So, look, he pooping all over me. You were about to get smashed by that truck, bro. Let me let you go over here. Thanks, man. Stay safe. Stay out of the road. Ugh. There's a, I don't know if you saw that or not. I had a bunch of snake poop on me. I had to run out real quick to grab that guy because that truck was flying down the road. Boy, good seeing that little guy in the dark. Yeah, he definitely came up with, there's a car coming right behind me. Did you guys hear that whole thing? Or did I cut out audio-wise? I don't know how long of a range this has. Unfortunately, I don't know if you guys heard the whole thing. Me heavy breathing, I should say. I heard it. Cool. All the heavy breathing. Sweet. That's what I do like about this mic system. At least, cool, I'm glad. There's at least a bit of this car is about to pass me in a second. But at least I can be away from it. And, you guys still hear me. It just depends on how far. I know, I mean, when I first tested this is the Rode mic. I guess as soon as I got it, I'm not a trendsetter by any means. I never noticed anyone with it until I got one, and then I noticed everybody had it. So I don't know if I just didn't pay attention to it beforehand. That's probably what it was. All right, this car's about to pass me, and I'm gonna start driving. There is a car further down that way, but I can move up a little bit before he gets here. Hopefully save a snake. And there's a dead snake right there in the road. I don't know what that is, but it's mincemeat, unfortunately. All right, let's see if I can find anything. Snakes don't bite as a first offense. Usually they poop their pants. Exactly. Some snakes will bite as first offense. Some of them have a little bit of an attitude. But what they won't do is chase you. They do not chase you. Not at all. But yes, most of the time they poop their pants. If you touch them, at least. And usually they try to escape first thing. If you come across a snake, like there's a few examples that I can give where like the snake's first line of defense was not to run, was actually to be a little bit more aggressive. The Scarlet King snake I found, a couple weeks ago, He was sitting there in the middle of the road. He didn't try to escape. As soon as my hand moved toward him, he caught it. He looked at it. He's like watching it. He's like, I see that hand and I don't like it. He knew. He's like, this dude touches me, I'm biting him. Oh, and bite me he did. It didn't hurt, but there are some snakes will do that. I enjoyed your video shorts about snakes getting bodied by every other animal. Yes. You know that. Rattlesnakes, yes. Rattlesnakes, everything. Ooh, that's a dead snake in the road, I think. Yeah, that's a dead snake and there's a car coming, so very unfortunately. That was a smaller snake. I don't know what that was, actually. There's a deer on the side of the road. I'm going to pull over right here, let this car pass, and then I'm going to go turn around and go look at what that was. As I said, that was a dead snake. Man, there's so many cars out tonight. It's so frustrating. So unbelievably frustrating. Now, I'm going to pull a Yui. I'm going to turn down my window because it was at least in a spot where I can just look out the car. But I was going too fast to slam on the brakes, and with this car coming, which is right behind me, all snakes either trust their camouflage and stay completely still or book it. Yep. This is very true. Let this guy pass. Jeez, come on. Go any slower. Bro. Come on. All right, that guy passed. Should I turn around? Yeah, I'm going to turn around now. Screw it. Skirt! All right, let's see what this guy was over here. He'll be coming around the mountain. How many years I've been doing this? It's been since about 2018, 2019, somewhere in there, so not too long, 5 or 6 years now. That is not a snake. Oh, here it is. Here it is. What is this? That is a freshly hit ribbon snake. All right, so I am going to pull into this little area right here, which is just a dirt road that leads into the middle of nowhere. Kind of sketchy. There's some cars that are coming. I'm going to let them pass real quick. And then I am going to continue down my merry way. I just hate that there's so many cars on this freaking road. Black mambas have anger issues. Yes, true. Obviously, there are no black mambas in Florida, but I heard they do chase you. Now, I have heard that before. And this is what I'll say to that. I have never dealt with a black mamba personally. And yes, lots of ribbons out tonight. I have never dealt with the black mamba personally. I know people who have been in the presence of them, but I don't know anybody who can firsthand say they've been chased by one. So my thought is twofold. That could very well just be another one of these instances of people saying that they do when they really don't. They're just super fast, so they think that they're being chased. But in your neighborhood are hyenas, lions, leopards, and mongoose. Can you blame them? Exactly. So, like, from my understanding of black mambas, they tend to live in areas far away from people. They don't really interact with people that much. They live in the treetops. They'll not just the treetops, but they tend to live away from people. And the people that get bit from them are usually people who are not, you can't outrun black mamba. True, you can't. There are people who can't adequately get to medical care in time because their venom is very potent. And some people die in a very short amount of time after getting bit by one. I don't remember the exact time frame, but it's not that long. So, and they're very fast. So, urban legends about them can really build up, and of course the internet loves to run with them, and people swear up and down they get chased by cottonmouths, and that's just not true. They don't chase you. So do black mambas chase you? I've heard that from a bunch of people. Do I have any experience? No, I don't. So I can't say that they 100% don't. But if I'm going by the general rule of thumb when it comes to snakes, they probably don't, but I'm not gonna die on that hill, because they might. Now, I'll say, oh, well, snakes aren't poisonous, they're venomous. Well, that's not 100% true, because there are exceptions to that rule. There are poisonous snakes. There's a few of them. So could they be the exception to that rule? They very well could. Has it happened where a snake chases somebody, even one that normally doesn't? Possibly. You might just have really ticked one off. And maybe. But that's the exception, not the rule. So that is a cottonmouth in the road, I think. Is it dead or alive? I can't tell. Are you dead? That is a really big dead something. I can't tell what that was. Or it was fleeing in the wrong direction. But yeah, it might have been fleeing in the same direction as you. That's what cottonmouths like to do. They'll pick a direction they want to go, and they'll just go for it, and people think they're chasing them. One of my favorites is, well, it was defending. Oh, that was a dead corn snake in the road. Oh, that was a dead corn snake. But people will be like, the cottonmouth was protecting its nest. It's like, cottonmouth don't have nests. They give live birth. What you on about, bro? My grandpa said that it chased him. And my grandpa doesn't lie. Well, I'm not saying he's a liar, but he probably misunderstood the situation. Or he was trying to cut its head off. And snakes probably don't like that. I wouldn't think they would like it. I wouldn't like it. So, I don't know. There's just a lot of that stuff. And some people, you won't ever be able to change their minds on that. Yeah. Usually it's something like that. And I get it. I get why people have the fear they do. I think a lot of people are just scared of snakes. Exactly. People are scared of snakes, and they don't. Here's the thing I've learned about a lot of things from a lot of people. Especially, like, it would be frightening to live in an area with black moms. Yeah, I mean, I definitely wouldn't want to live in where they live, for sure. I would like to go see them, but I wouldn't like to live there. Now, this is what I feel, and of course, this is just my feeling. This is how I feel about situations with people that have a belief system. Like, I'll use the example of religious people. I would consider myself, I believe in God. All right, but beyond that, I don't really need to go into it, because it doesn't really matter what else I think about the situation. It doesn't matter. People question me on it because they're like, you believe in evolution, so you can't. And it's like, who are you to tell me? Just mind your own business. But a lot of times, I'm just using religious people as an example because it's an easy way to get this point across. When you have a belief in something, and that's how you live your life, is by that belief, or those belief systems run your life and how you view the world. Anything that challenges that, or you think challenges that, is like the evil. Okay, so you get a lot of religious people, or who like say evolution is wrong because they were told by their pastor that it was wrong, and their pastor doesn't really understand evolution. He just thinks it means that humans came from monkeys, when it's a whole big nuanced thing. It's not just that. There's a lot to it. But to explain that to somebody that doesn't want to hear it and just thinks that you're trying to take them away from their faith, or it like, oh, that's a snake. I don't know what it is. I'm going to pull off the road. I think it's hit by a car, unfortunately. There's a couple of cars coming, so that's unfortunate. I'm going to let one of these cars go by. But basically, actually, I'm going to let this car pass before I get out because he's probably going to ask how things are or something like that, and I don't want that. Of course, there has to be cars coming as soon as I do run across snake. It was a very light snake. I don't think it's a ribbon snake. I don't know what this was. It was definitely hit, unfortunately. But as soon as this car passes by, I'm going to get out and look at it. But you can explain to somebody what this thing means. And to them, it doesn't really matter because they live their life under their belief systems and they're happy with that and they don't want to hear anything else, which I get it. It's understandable. Well, oh, is that another rattlesnake? Oh no, it's a dead corn snake. That's another dead corn snake. That sucks. There's something walking in the woods back there. There's something big walking in the woods back there. And I don't know what it is. I can hear him stomping around back there. I want to get in my car. Because that way, ow, that did not feel good. I just smashed my head into my door. Oh, I just full on smacked my face into the door, or back of my head into the door. Yeah, there's something big walking around back there. I couldn't tell. I think that was what I saw. Unless there's something else right up here, which I'm not 100% sure on. That was it, I'm guessing, because I don't see anything else over here. So that was it. Let's see if whatever it is walks in the road. Oh, that did not feel good. I mean, it could be a black bear, I guess, but I mean, probably either a deer or a pig, if I'm being honest. But I'm going to say it was a Bigfoot. But yeah, just to wrap up what I'm saying, it's not really going to change somebody's mind in any way. What? Was that a tiny, tiny snake in the road? Oh my God, am I going crazy? Was that a tiny snake in the road? Did I just hit my head really hard and now I'm hallucinating? Let's see. Is that? Am I about to hit something? Was that a snake in the road? Am I hallucinating? There's nobody coming, I don't think. Okay. Well, I already passed where I thought it was, so I don't think it was a snake. I thought I saw something. Oh, wait. Oh my God. Well, it was a snake. And it had moved across the road where my car was. So it's not a snake anymore. That's frustrating. That was a tantilla. Particularly, that was a Florida crown snake, which is a snake that I have never seen before. And I just accidentally made him mush. That is very frustrating. I was backing up because it was on the other side of the road. I was like, oh, I think I see a snake. Let me go check. Oh, and there's another corn snake dead in the road. Another corn snake. Oh my gosh. No luck right now. Yeah, but it crossed the road as I went to go back up to go look to see if it was a snake, because I thought I saw one and I wasn't sure. Sure enough, it was. I mean, this thing was no bigger than 3 inches. And they're like, they're like the size of a piece of straw thin. They're super thin. So I thought I saw one. I backed up, and sure enough, I accidentally smushed it because it had started to cross the road. as soon as I passed it. Damn, that sucks. Well, now I'm part of the problem. Maybe I'm going crazy now because of this head bonk. That sucks. It's sad. That rarely ever happens, but it does happen. Especially when they're that tiny. Well, okay. Well, snakes are moving. And as I said, there was another corn snake back there. It was a little bigger than the last one I saw. All within a very short distance. Yeah, I mean, technically it is my fault, but I can't really beat myself up over it. Yep, it does happen. Oh, is that a snake? That is a snake. And is that a dead or alive snake? Oh, it's moving. I don't know if it's because it's dying. That's a rat snake. And he's alive. Look at the little baby rat snake. Oh. Nope. Oh, he bit me. Oh. All right, there is a car coming, so I'm going to let this guy go real quick. Thanks, bro. All right, we got another snake. A rat snake. So we got 2 rat snakes tonight. Hoorah. And a bunch of dead snakes. Unfortunate, but it does happen. Especially with how busy it is tonight. But snakes are moving and are still moving, which is a good sign. There's a car coming up right behind me on top of this car that is right here. So I am going to, I would have pulled off right there. I'm going to pull over on the side of the road. Not right there. The grass is too high. Damn, it sucks. There's so many cars on the road. It sucks when there's so many cars on the road. All right, I'm going to pull over right here. America. Truck, yeah. I hopefully it doesn't freak out and come out with a gun or something because I'm right in front of his house. That would suck. I can't really go anywhere. There's a car coming. So we'll let him pass. All right, he's flying. All right, here we go. We're getting towards the end of this road, so I'm going to turn around here in a minute anyway. Let's see what's going on down here. If there's anything. But there are snakes moving, which is good. That's exactly what we came here for, ladies and gentlemen. Are there any ladies in the chat? This tends not to be a ladies-filled arena. Not that there's anything wrong with just guys being guys in the chat, but you know, I do have some women that watch. I know that. Actually, I'm just going to turn around right here. Be easier. But usually, this is a manly area. Sometimes I feel like a lesbian trapped in a man's body. I'm right there with you, bro. Right there with you. I might consider myself a lesbian as well. 2010 called. They want their jokes back. Oh, I don't really remember 2010. Let's see, I was 15. So, yeah, I was on the internet in 2010. A lot of memes were going around. YouTube was a thing, but it wasn't as big of a thing. Back before I really had problems, you know, at least problems that mattered. But at the time, all problems mattered to me and no one understood. Oh man, let's see. Can we get another few snakes that aren't dead? You're a feller. I mean, I guess so. Yeah. It depends on your perspective. Some people say I'm young. Some people call me old. My son calls me old. I mean, I would hope so. Hello, much love from Slovakia. Slovakia! Hell yeah! Thanks for tuning in, Tommy. Slovakia. Isn't that, no, that's not where vampires come from. That's Transylvania. Slovakia. Nice. Honestly, though, I love your channel so much. I love learning about animals, especially crocodilians. Well, I appreciate that. And I appreciate you stopping by and being a part of this. It does mean a lot. And I really do enjoy hearing everybody's input on things. You know, it's Romania, I think, is where Dracula came. Gotcha, Romania. Gotcha. But it's I don't know. It's just one of those things where I would love to be able to comment on every single comment I get. But as time goes on, I realize that that's just not feasibly possible. And I know that sounds kind of conceited, and I don't like sounding that way, but like there's just too much. So I try to, if somebody direct messages me and actually like has something to say, I will respond. Usually it's on Instagram. TikTok, most of the time when people message me on TikTok, it's nothing. It's just like a wave sticker. Every once in a while I get somebody who comments in the, DMs and I'll say something, but Instagram, I basically go through everything. It's not conceited. It's impossible to respond to every comment. Yeah, it's, sometimes I get a little lazy with it because I'm glad that, like, it just depends on the video, because like I have enough videos now out there that like there's one of them is at least has some traction going, and I'll just get like 500 comments or 500 notifications in a very short time. They're just like people arguing in the comment section. Like, okay, I'm not going to respond to that. But I read as much as I can. I just got to get better at like marking down things that people want me to do videos on. It's like there's just so much. So many. You should do this. Oh, you haven't done this. And part of the problem too is that I try to be very what is the word? I try not to do the same videos multiple times, if that makes sense. Yep, you were getting bigger, I bet, impossible to react, but you were doing your best. And once you responded to my comments, once responded on my comments. I am sorry to hear that, man. I really am. Just next time you comment, make sure you let me know that you were one of the, you talked to me in the live stream. I'll do my best to make sure I comment. But my most viewed video, I think it's on TikTok. I think it's got 24 million views. It's about viper fangs. But that's the thing, is that that kind of goes into what I'm talking about, is that I'm saying you responded not just once. Oh, nice. Well, I'm glad. That makes me feel a little better. But I could make the same video 10 times. And each time it probably could do really well, because I know that that content does well. But like, especially like, because I upload to YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, like a lot of things when you look up on YouTube now, like depending on the subject, my videos will pop up as a recommended short, which is awesome. It's really cool to see that. But like if I have 3 videos that pop up for that same thing, saying the exact same thing, It's like, all right, well, that's kind of annoying. Some people want different perspectives. So, like, I mean, I try not to beat it into the ground, if that makes sense. Gotta follow you on TikTok, Instagram. Yeah, TikTok is where everything really blew up for me. It's kind of shit now, to be quite honest. So if you get, say, 3 million views on YouTube, what's your usual ad revenue? Don't exact amount. Let's see, for 3 million views, probably, I think a couple hundred, probably like 200 or 300, something like that. It's not terrible now. YouTube's the worst pay for shorts. TikTok's the best now. It used to be the worst, but TikTok's really good. TikTok doesn't work the way it used to, and they pretty much only do viral videos, and they only pay for like certain types of views, and like they're very strict on it. And my videos don't get anywhere near the amount of views they used to on TikTok. I was thinking it would be more on YouTube. No, I mean per view, it's less on YouTube, but I get more reach on YouTube, because YouTube, I actually, like, the followings on YouTube are like actual followings. Instagram is the hardest to get any consistent views on. And I do pretty well on Instagram. I got like almost 100,000 on Instagram. TikTok, I have like 500,000+ followers, but that hasn't grown more than like 5,000 in the past like 6 months. Like, basically, TikTok has died, basically, and it's been that way for a little while now. Some months I'll do really well and get like one viral video, and when I say viral, I mean over 1 million views. And most of the videos I have that are over 1 million views happened a year ago, where like I couldn't go wrong. I thought I was going to get 1 million followers by the end of that year, and then it just literally died. I'm not crying about it. What was that? I gotta turn around and see what that was real quick, because there was something that wasn't there before, and it kind of looked like a rattlesnake. And there's a car coming, so I gotta be quick about this. What was that? Let's see. That was a dead cottonmouth in the road. Viper, so I was relatively close. If you got those go viral, is impressive. Some people never do, and I realize that. And that's the thing, is like, I completely agree with you, and I definitely I don't like to say I take it for granted, because I don't. But the problem is that when you make something your job, you have to do well with it in order to maintain yourself. And the frustrating part about the whole thing is that now that this is my job, I understand one video that's over 1 million views is like something that people strive for. And I'm very fortunate that I've had a lot more than that. I'm very fortunate on that. I don't take that for granted. But unfortunately, I have to try to make all my videos get that. And so I don't play the game as well as some other people, because I don't go out of my way to make something cringy viral. I could do a lot more probably, but I also want to do things the way I want to do them. My least favorite snake in the US is coral snake, because the neuro talks about them. Yeah, but, oh, hey, Green Ranger, bro, you didn't have to do that. Thank you. You're awesome. The fact that it's your job is awesome. You don't have a boss. You pick your own hours. Yes, it's been great. It's definitely been great. And I can't thank, I mean, it's because of you guys. Green Ranger, you're fantastic. Thank you. But, oh, there's a snake right there. And there's a cottonmouth coming out onto the road. Look at that. And I even have my snake stick. Let me get my snake stick real quick. Oh, shoot. Come on. All right. We got a cottonmouth. They're starting to move pretty good. There's no one coming, luckily. Hey, bro. You gonna show us why they call you a cottonmouth? I don't want to mess with him too much. Oh, see, look at that. He's chasing me by going the exact opposite way. You gonna go that way now? You gonna go that way? You're chasing me, bro. You're chasing me. You're chasing me. Don't chase me. Whenever. Oh, there we go. That's why they're called a cottonmouth right there. Look at that. Fat one too. He's huffing at me. There we go. He's thick. I'm gonna move him over. And there's water right there. That's why he was there. Oh, sorry, bro. You gonna jump in the water? Is that what you're gonna do? See, like he doesn't even want to bite. He's hiding his head now. I want to look in the water real quick. Nothing in the water. And right on the side of the bank, it's a fat cottonmouth. Hey, bro. Look at that. Thanks for saying hello, sir. Let's look at him for another minute. I don't want to get too close. He's huffing. What's up, bro? There is, and so see the Zorro mask right on the side of the face there? And he does have split pupils like a cat. There is that. But that fat head right there, that's a nice, chunky cottonmouth. I don't want to take a bite from that guy. That's for, look, he's wagging his tail at me. Like a little puppy dog. You wagging your tail? See, are you wagging your tail? Look at that. Wag, 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 wag. Yep, this is a cottonmouth. Not even opening his mouth at me anymore. He did for a second. But he decided that it wasn't what he wanted to do. So he stopped. I'm at a safe distance. I mean, my snake stick is right at him. Look at that. He's just wagging his tail at me. Like, don't mess with me. Look, he's full on wagging his tail. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with me. I mean, if I went down to go pick him up, he would definitely bite. Probably. Most likely. There's some cars coming, so I'm going to let him pass before I get back in the car and continue to look. Thanks, bro. I'm trying to get you guys a better view. Definitely not an aggressive thing. He's offended you call him fat. Yep. Yep, I'm at a safe distance. He can't get me. I'm right here. He's like just wagging his tail at me. And they do, you can see his heat pits from here too. See those little holes right in the front of the face? Those are his heat pits. You should carry hot water and rubber gloves. Why is that? Car coming up, and as soon as he leaves, I'll let this guy go on his way. But I'll just give you guys a few more seconds to look at this beauty. Look at that guy right there. There's another. So there's two cars coming in opposite directions. Do people free handle those? Some people do. Some people do. I am not one of those, because I don't want to risk getting bit. Some people don't care though. I do. I'm off the road. I was just making sure I was off the road there. There's a bunch of cars coming. Yeah, no, I don't take the risk. They don't usually touch them, but some people do. Some people do. I'm just not one of those. We got another car coming behind that guy, of course. I'm glad that you guys were able to see a nice, healthy individual. This is a nice individual. Beautiful. Yeah, brave and stupid. That's definitely true. All right. I think that about does it. Have a good one. Thanks for the photo shoot. Be safe, bro. Cool. Hey, we got a good cottonmouth. Good cottonmouth. Good stuff. Let me get in the car real quick. All right. Yeah, they usually don't strike the sticks either. He's got a point. They really don't. Hey, Benny, how you doing? You just missed, and this is all fogged up right now. Let me turn this up a little bit. I can't see a thing. Nice and foggy window. Bye to us, not saying. Nope, I was saying bye to the snake. I just joined, but I don't know who you are, but you look pretty cool. I watch all your videos. I only want like one. Hey, thanks for watching though. No, I am in northern Florida at the moment. I'm in towards the panhandle. And of course my phone decides it doesn't want to stay on now. I am in the Gainesville area at the moment. I mean, I'm not in Gainesville, but like that's the closest major city to me right now, if that tells you anything on the area. So I'm in the northern half of Florida. I saw someone on 19 at red level swerve to hit a snake today. Oh, that sucks. I passed by red level on the way up here. It does happen, unfortunately. There's been a lot of dead snakes on the road, but there's just a lot of people out right now with it being Memorial Day weekend. What do you mean? Of course I read it. Benny. Bro, Chacho. If you are in my chat... Oh, what is that? Oh, it's an armadillo! Oh, there's a car coming, armadillo. No! Get out of the road, armadillo. Get out of the road. Armadillo. Go. Go, armadillo, go. Oh, God. He just kicked me. He just kicked me. He just straight up kicked me. Oh, please tell me you saw that. He full on kicked me. What? You got... Okay, please tell me that actually got caught on video. There's a car right behind me, but please tell me you guys saw that. He straight up kicked me. My wire for my microphone got caught in his foot for a second and like yanked it. Bro straight up kicked me. He didn't like me touching his butt, I guess. I don't blame him. I wouldn't want a strange man touching my rear end either. I would probably kick him as well. But yes, Benny, if you leave a comment, I'm going to do my best to say something because you came in here and spent the time to comment. So I will do my best to get to that. And if I miss it, I am sorry. It was not on purpose. Oh, man. Wow. So it went from being almost uneventful to a nice fat cottonmouth, fat shaming that cottonmouth, to getting kicked by an armadillo who was offended because you just fat shamed a snake not 2 minutes ago. Yeah, probably. I mean, I'd be offended too. I would say that's the only way I'm going to be able to sneak up on one is at night on the road, because I mean, he knew I was coming because he kind of turned a little bit, but they don't have... Armadillo got his friend some revenge. Yep. Armadillo don't have a good sense of sight. They're basically blind. They have a good sense of smell, but they feel vibrations. They got all those little bristles on them, and all the bristles, will feel vibrations, and they all use that to like dig around in the dirt and feel for food. So if you walk behind them, and if you hit some leaves and it crunches, they hear you coming. They just bolt. They're very hard to sneak up on. But if you're on concrete roads, it's a little bit of a different story. It's a very difficult situation. So, oh my gosh, look at all this fog. Can you guys see the fog on the camera? It just like rolled in here. Bro, I can't even see the road. Like, now it stopped. There was just like that one layer of like really thick fog. Weird. It says it's 73, but it feels way more humid out than that. Or warmer, I should say. Maybe it's because the humidity's so high. Maybe that's why the snakes are moving so much. Some high humidity. I believe he got kicked. Yeah, I know. That was weird. Got kicked by an armadillo. Hey, good for him. He like full on like got on his front legs and like used both, like he was bucking like a horse. Just whoosh, get away. I've never had that happen. I've picked up armadillos before, but I've never had one buck at me like a bronco. You ever say something, it comes out of your mouth and you're like, why did I not only say that, but why did I say it like that? That's basically my entire life. That's basically all I ever do. Like, I made the lemur video today, and I'm like, oh, I got to do the King Julian voice. And I did it, and I was like, God, that sounded so cringe. But I'm like, but the cringe is what I need to leave in there. I got to be a little cringe. Come on. You can't take yourself so seriously. And was it gas from the swamp that bounced off the light from the UFO to bring Bigfoot back from the dead? Yes, probably. You're probably right on that. I am right there with you. Unhinged. Well, that's what's up. Yeah, exactly. I love your commentary. Well, thank you. I am just oof. Okay, I have the mouth of a sailor. I say some pretty nasty stuff, and it doesn't bother me. I like it. Yeah, I should go to Richland. You're right. I need to. I definitely need to. I say some pretty out there stuff sometimes. I curse a lot, but I don't do it in my videos as much. So like my first response is to say the R word, for people who are slow. That's my first response. But I realize that people are offended by that, and I don't purposely want to offend anybody, so I don't really say that as much in, blah, 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 blah. But, that's how I view myself. It's just, whatever. Anyway. But that with the commentary, yeah, that's just, I don't know. You got to be able to crack jokes at yourself, and even if I don't find them funny necessarily, I don't know. I'm just, the funny part is that, yes, I'm reading your commentary and I'm trying to, riff and, try to make fun of a situation that in some ways may not be funny to somebody watching and be like, why is that funny? I get that part. But no, I have not found the 20-foot python. Those are a bit south of me. That would be my friend Garrett. Ooh, that is a big dead cottonmouth in the road. I passed that one earlier. That is not me looking, but it's better to not try too hard and enjoy yourself. Yes, exactly. I try to just enjoy myself. But the funny thing is that it's not like I'm having a direct conversation with anybody right now. I am literally just talking to myself while reading some commentary and like going on. I am literally having a conversation with myself right now. And I would like people to think that I'm insane. Well, I appreciate that, Green Ranger. Mr. Ranger. Don't forget to join the Discord and send the ship. Yes, very true. If you are here and you haven't joined the Discord yet, what in the hell are you doing with yourself? The Discord link is in the description below. And I would very much appreciate it if you are not in there to go in there and go say hi. All right, I'm going to turn around here. We're going to go down the road again. It'll probably be my last pass. Probably. It's almost 11 already. Do you have any family in Slovakia by chance? Mudrick is a pretty common surname there. Slovakia. I don't even know where that is on the map. I could probably get the general area of where it is. Maybe that's my Western chauvinism showing, probably, but you don't hear that name here too much. I'm sure it's a beautiful country, but I don't know where that is. The only reason I know the name, the first thing that rings a bell with Slovakia is from an epic, yeah, that's a dead Cottonmouth, unfortunately. It's from an epic rap battle of history. An epic rap battle of history, the name was dropped, Slovakia, so that's I just think of the chorus in my head from that. I love some ERB, and it's funny enough, Canadian, but my grandfather was born in Slovakia. Nice. We got a Canuck in the chat. Canada. The Great White North. Eastern Europe, pretty mountains, high terrace. Gotcha, nice. But yeah, speaking of epic rap battles, I know I just brought it up, but literally, like, on my way home tonight, I'll definitely listen to probably a podcast or two or whatever video pops up that looks interesting in my video feed on YouTube. But then I'll just go and listen to epic rap battles. Yep, I know it's brain rot, but I've enjoyed it since they came out. And I know too many words from too many of them. All right, it is 72 degrees right now. At least that's what it says on my car. I actually have a bucket list goal to herping in Florida. Wait, you have a bucket? Oh, your bucket list goal is to herp in Florida? Well, there's a lot of places to herp in Florida. And, yeah, it's there's a lot of places to herp. And it depends on how much time and effort you put in and if you're in the right place at the right time. But this road that I'm on right now, that I do most of these live streams on, because I get good service here and there's a lot of snakes here, that's why I come here so much. I have other places I could go, but the service isn't as good, so I wouldn't be able to do this. But this is just a regular main road that has some good some like good forested areas, some good habitat all along it. It passes through some small towns. There's a tourist destination not too far away from me. If you have Google Maps, you can find good places to herp. And the best time, especially if you come when it's hot, the best time to look to see if there's snakes in that area is to drive around at night, after a hot day. If there are snakes in the area, you will probably see something if you're in the right area. And again, that all depends on, man, here's the fog again. That all depends on a few things. Mostly the weather and if there's good habitat. But the best time is definitely to go out at night. And depending on how far south you are, you might be able to do it all night long. where the snakes might not even come out until 11:30 midnight. It just depends. If you go down to the Everglades, oh yeah, you're gonna find snakes. That's paint, not a snake. If you go down to the Everglades, you're gonna find snakes. It's like not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. You put in that time, you're gonna find them. Sometimes you have slow nights. If you're not in the right areas, doesn't matter how nice the weather is, if the snakes aren't there, you're not gonna find them. Have you ever had any issues with getting pulled over or questions about what you're doing? Someone asked that earlier. Yes. On this road, actually, I had this was a couple years ago. There was a point in time when I would do this. I'm going to pull over and let this car pass me real quick. There was a point in time where instead of pulling over like this to let cars pass me, I would just sit there and wait, and like they would pass me on their own. Like I would just continue to drive. I might drive a little faster, but I'd let them go on their own, or I'd stick my hand out the window and like signal for them to go. And you know, sometimes people will do it on their own. Sometimes people like will just run on you and not move. You have to pull over until they'll go, and they'll honk at you and blah 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 blah, whatever. But I was on this road. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I had a truck that was right up on me. And I literally put my hand out the window, signaled for him to pass. He would not pass. I'm like, what in the world? So I pulled over, and he pulled over with me, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And as soon as we pulled over and came to a complete stop, blue lights turned on. And you know what blue lights means, Green Ranger? You know what blue lights mean? Blue lights mean FWC, Florida Fish and Wildlife. They have just as much, they have more power than cops do in Florida, because not only can they arrest you for normal things, like if they catch you in the act of doing the crime, they're just regular police officers, but they can also get you for wildlife crimes, because that's literally what their job description is. So they could pull you over for speeding, they could pull you over for making an illegal turn, whatever. They usually don't, but they can. Yeah, and so, but that's the point, is that they can pull you over. So he pulled me over, and he comes out and he's like, you know, what are you doing? What you doing? And I'm like, looking for snakes. Of course, that's what FWC wants to hear, because they could actually do something about it if I was doing something illegal. They go, yeah, I just found a few cottonmouths, took some pictures, you know, not keeping anything. And he saw I had a backpack, and he goes, do you mind if I look through that? You know, didn't, nothing. I wasn't keeping anything. And he let me go, and he didn't say anything else. Yeah, yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, I've been pulled over doing this once. I also got pulled over once. I did a U-turn in the middle of the road up near Half Moon Wildlife Management area, which isn't too far away from here. But there was a dead gator in the road, and I turned around because I wanted to take a look at it. And I had a state trooper pull me over and asked me what I was doing. I told him, and he looked at the gator and he goes, oh, okay. Now, of course, do you have any weapons in the vehicle? Yeah, yes, sir. I have my concealed permit too. You want to see that? But, or you snatch his badge off and no. I am, see, going camping in Arizona next week. Nice! That sounds fun and hot, but that sounds like a lot of fun. I would love to do that. Good stuff. Have fun with that. That sounds like a great time. But, yeah, no, if I get pulled over, I do the same thing every single time. Okay? Because there's too many times where I see videos of people getting pulled over, and they're like, I'm not going to roll my window down. I'm going to go and, you know I have my rights, and you can't do this and you can't do that. And blah, 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 blah. I get it. You might have your rights. And you do. You do have plenty of rights. And people definitely let their biases towards cops dictate how they act at traffic stops. I'm not going to argue about the biases, because there are some And some of them are justified, some of them aren't as much, whatever. It's not the point. I don't care if I feel like it's unjustified that I got pulled over. Oh, I got pulled over for speeding. I was going 3 miles over and there was people speeding around. I'm not going to argue with the cop. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have my wallet and all that stuff out already before he even gets to me, because you have time for that. And then I'm going to stick my hands on top of the steering wheel so the cop can see my hands at all times. And then when he asks me any questions, I'm going to answer them. Because I'm not doing anything wrong, even if I'm speeding. I don't have anything illegal in the car. I don't roll around with a bunch of drugs or anything. I don't do that. So I don't have anything to worry about. If you want to search my car, you know what? Fine. But that's only happened once when I was like 17. I was fishing at like 1 o'clock in the morning and a cop pulled me over. Yeah, exactly. You treat them the way you want to be treated. You ask them how their day was going. You'd be super nice even if you're pissed off from getting pulled over. Being nice, no matter what the situation is, it always be better than being an asshole and trying to make their day more difficult. Even if you feel like you're in the wrong. Or they're in the wrong, excuse me. I 100% understand. I should be teaching that kind of behavior. Yeah, exactly. Just, even if you know you're in the right, you're not going to argue it from a cop. Just do what he needs you to do and asks you to do, even if it feels like it's unjustified, and then fight it in court, because at least you'll have a way to fight it, rather than if a cop, oh, is that a dead cottonmouth in the road? What was that? If a cop wants to give you a ticket, he's going to give you a ticket. But yeah, I stick my hand on top of the car, or my steering wheel, and if, what is that? Oh, that's that big old dead crusty thing in the road. But, oh my God, if I can turn my light off, that would be great. Oh my God, can I turn the, thank you. And then they asked if I have a weapon. I say, yes, sir, it's in my glove compartment, wherever it is. I have my concealed weapons permit if you would like to see that. Yeah, the time to argue is in court, exactly. Exactly. And so, yeah, hey, my concealed weapon is it. I have a concealed weapon. I have a permit for it. Would you like me to have to see that? Would you like to see it? My permit is also, I also get my permit out as well. Now it's not really a big deal because there's constitutional carry in Florida. But regardless, they like to see that. And I've even had cops say, what kind of gun do you have? And I'll tell them, and they'll laugh at me. They'll be like, huh, yeah. You know, because they're usually Glock guys. And I'll be like, oh, I have a SCP, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, oh, really? I had like a Ruger at one point, and they're like, oh, God, whatever. Or a Torres, that's what it was. And they're like, oh, that's what you have? Okay. They laughed at me for having a Torres. I'm like, whatever. Oh, what do you mean? What's in to know that I just let them know I have a gun? Oh, yeah. Florida now is constitutional carry. So as long as you're legally allowed to own that gun, which you're 21 and older, you can have a handgun. Now, what that carry permit allows me to do now is I can walk into a store, anything. Oh, it could be a Walmart, it could be a pawn shop, it could just be a regular gun store, whatever it is. As long as they have guns that they sell, and they're a licensed gun dealer, I can walk in and be like, I want that. And as I fill out the proper forms, it's an instant background check. Yes, there are background checks, even if you have a concealed weapons permit. But as long as I pass those, which is usually a quick thing, I can walk out that day. I don't have to wait 3 days. So if I go into a pawn shop and be like, I like that AR-15. I want that AR-15. All right, sign this paperwork. You're clear. Bye. And that's that. I just hand them the money and I get out of there. Now, if you don't have a concealed weapons permit, you have to wait 3 days. You know, some of the laws have changed, but especially after, what is it? there was a big shooting down in South Florida. I forgot the name of the school, but anyway. I have to had a serious home invasion and I had to fight people off with bears. That's not a good situation. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad you're all right. But yeah, I mean, people say what they want to about Florida and the United States and our laws, but I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. I'd like to visit other places, but I love Florida. You know, something from our history. Guns don't kill people, people kill people. I think that. Yeah. Yep. I agree with you there. But everyone should know the best sniper in the world. Are you talking about, I forgot what is something. God, he's the guy who was he was Finnish, wasn't he? Parkland, that's what it was. Yeah. I can imagine that would be spooky. I definitely would not want to be in that situation. Glad you're all right. I saw a video, speaking of bear spray, I saw a video, oh, the White Death. Yep, I've heard that story before. Incredible. There was a video of this photographer who was taking pictures of bears in, I don't know where. It was snowing out. I think was it snowing? I don't remember. There was a camera, and the brown bear walked next to him and was just staring at this person. And the guy takes out bear mace and sprays the bear that was looking at him. And this was on Instagram. And the comment section was like, the bear wasn't doing anything to you. Why would you spray? He was just curious on why you were in its home. And I'm like, bro. If a bear walks up to you and is staring you down, you don't give it the opportunity to attack you. He sprayed it when it was like less than 10 feet away from him, just staring at him. It only takes a split second for that bear to decide to attack if it did. Bear spraying's gonna kill the bear. The bear just wanted a kiss and a hug. Probably, you're right. Poor bear just wanted a kiss and a hug and wanted to go take care of his human woman he has back at his cave that he's taking very good care of. I couldn't spell that like me. Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous. He's just a silly little guy. Exactly, he doesn't mean it. But come on. Can you imagine if it was just a random dude out there? But it was a very rough situation. No, but the comment section on Instagram is always just like, I don't know, it's messed up. It's one of my favorites. I love the comment section on Instagram. But sometimes you read a comment section and you're like, man, I feel dumb about a lot of things until I read comment sections, especially anything that has to do with science or anything like that. And the amount of people that believe things that are like considered fringe things that are like 100% not true, but the people who like will defend it to their death, it's kind of insane. Especially now, you have all the information in the world at your fingertips and you want to believe the earth is flat. It's a bit rough. Well, it says 71 degrees now. I am at the end of this road, so I think that this is about it for tonight. Thank you guys for watching. If you are not part of the Discord, the link is in the comment section down below. Go check that out. Thanks for your brights blinding me, you douchebag. So, yeah, go check out the Discord if you haven't yet. Seriously, thank you guys for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. We definitely had a good night. It was a pretty good night. Lots of snakes. Birds aren't really right. Are you kidding? But yeah. Dude, the girl who cuts my hair thinks the earth is flat. Yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of people who believe that. A lot of people. But you know what? That's just the world we live in. Thank you guys for watching. was great to have you guys here. I'm glad that we were able to see some snakes. Hopefully everybody got to see at least one. And yeah, I'll do some more of these pretty soon. I will go live tomorrow. I just don't know about what topic exactly. And I got some video stuff I got to make. If you guys are a member on YouTube, I got a couple videos that'll be coming out tomorrow that'll only be for the members. Yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.